Bro, your uncle does 4 hours of Peloton a day? 4 hours? 4 nons, Jeremy? That's insane. 2 hours is crazy. What does he work? Or did he retire early due to independent wealth? Whether that means he retired at 50. I knew it. Was he a software developer? Or did a big cinder block fall on his leg at the work site? Dentist. Motherfucker. Son of a bitch. Good for him. Good for him. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. You. Good for him. I'm happy for him. That's the dream, man. You fucking so-and-so. 4 hours a day. Who do you think you are? He eats soup every single day? You need to introduce me to your uncle. I feel like we got the same kind of brain. I could eat the same lunch every day without a doubt. It probably would not be soup, although if I was like in a meal prep stage, it might be stew. I prefer something that, is ready to eat a little bit faster, but I got nothing against soup, don't get me wrong. Soup is easy. Yeah, I mean, I know how to cook soup, You got to remember who you're talking to here. I'm just saying I prefer to make a sandwich because it takes 90 seconds to assemble and it doesn't need to be heated up. Stew macros are poor? Fucking no. Wrong. You made the stew, brother. What are you saying the macros are bad? My brother in Christ, you made the sandwich. Put whatever you want in it to have perfect macros for your life. Doesn't make any damn sense. Too much salt? Salt isn't one of the macros, dummy. Salt is a micro. The macros are carbohydrates, fat, and protein. What about alcohol? Well, listen, if you track your calories, but you still drink enough to log it in MyFitnessPal, methinks the lady doth protest too much. That's all I'm saying. Maybe there's one thing you could easily cut out that would help you fit in a couple more chocolate-covered acai berries. That's all I'm saying. I emailed an Air Force recruiter today. My ass is going to be in the military. They're so fucked. Excuse me. No, you didn't, hot boy Toke. No shot. Tomo, no, open the carpet. On the hardwood. I'll compromise on the hardwood. All right. He's usually got one more in him. We'll just wait this one out. Hi, buddy. You okay? Don't step in it. What are you doing? Bro, put his paw right in it. Dude literally threw up, looked at it for like 10 seconds, and then walked right through the puke in order to get away from me trying to clean him up. 2009, 1.4 billion views. This is Party Rock Anthem. This is Lollipop. I don't know it immediately. It's kind of a little bit of a dirty beat though. Let me get bass plus strings. Ooh. This must be a Lady Gaga song. No, this is Katy Perry. This is Firework. This is the chord change from Firework by Katy Perry. Katy Perry? No matching song found? Excuse me? There's no Katy Perry songs in Bandle? Did she do something to the Bandle owner? How is Katy Perry not in Bandle? She's one of the... It's K-A-T-Y. She's not in there, bro. She's not in there, bro. K-A-T-Y. That's crazy. Yeah. Everything I wanted more. Baby, I can see your halo. Too bad that you're a player for. I know what you're talking. That's me. I know, okay. That's Beyonce, Halo. I gotta imagine that the MIDI goes pretty hard on that one. Hey, librarian, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. I'm not a huge Beyonce head. Mostly because it's harder to get tickets to that than the Renaissance tour. I mean, Britney's concert is hot down in Brazil right now. That being said, I do have to say, girl can sing, man. She can sing. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that. There was a little Beyonce on the Cody Rigsby ride today, right? Peloton heads, Countdown. It's an okay song. I'm not against it. What was up with that ride? No cool down? Listen, I don't want to get into it, but I think Cody Rigsby did do the math wrong. Because at 60 seconds, I sent everybody a high five to say, good ride, time for the cool down. And then at 30 seconds left, he said, get out of the saddle, 70 to 90 resistance, 65 cadence. And I said, what are you talking about, brother? We're supposed to be pedaling it out in zone 1 right now, you joker. It was not a big deal. It's not as bad as the time Christine, right out of the warm-up, said like 8 minutes in zone 4, and then after 5 minutes, she was like, did I say zone 4? I meant zone 3. What the hell are you talking about, Christine? My legs are on fire, lady. You depleted all of my glycogen. The glycogen was supposed to last me like 2 hours. Not to mention, she'll play like, When I Come Around by Green Day, and as soon as the words start, she goes, you're welcome. Nobody said thank you, Christine. We're all familiar with Green Day, okay? We all know When I Come Around. It's not like you pulled a deep cut out of the vinyl crate or something like that. I got nothing against the song. I'm just saying, like, she really said you're welcome like 8 times in the one ride. And I'm like, you didn't write the music, bro. Kim Deal wrote the music, okay? You did not write Cannonball. I'm happy you're playing it. Snow by Red Hot Chili Peppers, you're welcome. Ben Aldis saying, every time I hear this tune, if I were you, I would recommend turning the speakers up. This is an absolute belter. Spoilers, it's Wonderwall by Oasis again. Anyway, it is a belter. Wonderwall, not a belter. Don't Look Back in Anger, a belter. Wonderwall is just a song. I do need to know, though, because I feel like there's a generational divide on Wonderwall. I feel like Gen X loves Wonderwall. It's one of those songs like Semisonic's Closing Time that's in like the unassailable pantheon of good songs. I feel like millennials overheard it, and then also every pseudo-sensitive guy wearing a puka shell necklace learned to play it on guitar. It would always bust it out like at 1 a.m. at the house party. He'd be like, guess what? You've never heard of this one. That's, I think it might be Karma Police. But is Gen Z a little bit more pro Wonderwall than millennials? Because they didn't hear it as much? Because they didn't get to have house parties because COVID destroyed in-person socializing for 2.5 years? No, we still hate it? All right, well, good. The kids are all right as far as I'm concerned. Hey, does Doppel work? Doppel. Nope, date of publication 501, day not implemented. You blew it. This is like when the guy who made Flappy Bird deleted it off the App Store. Bro really thought he was Oppenheimer. He was tormented. It is. I know he was tormented, but it is kind of funny looking back that you're like, why was bro waffling so hard over Flappy Bird? Didn't people die or something? How did people die playing Flappy Bird? His family didn't respect where the money came from and disowned him? They really said, so I get that you're making 50 G's a day, little bro, but unfortunately it came from Flappy Bird. Get out of my house. That's crazy. It's like the most L parenting I've ever heard in my entire life. Am I really 34 years old? So true. They deleted themselves because they couldn't beat the game. Think Joe Biden ever played Minecraft? I'm going to have to go with a no on that one. Joe Biden was like 70 when Minecraft came out. How would he come in the proximity of Minecraft? I think it is possible that Joe Biden has never played a video game. His grandkids? Really? You think his grandkids would be like 40 years old? Wait, let me think about that. His grandkids are probably like 30 years old. They're really coming over. Hey, Mr. President, you got to check out this game. Joe Biden, like a single tear weeping on his face. While Cat plays. Donkey, 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 donkey. They're 12 to 26. What are you, like a marketing executive? Why you got the demo information like so handy? He legit plays Mario Kart at Camp David. Listen, I'm not insulting Joe Biden. I'm simply saying, if he plays Mario Kart, I know for a fact bro is pure ass at Mario Kart. There is no shot he's any good. He was born like the same year that the Slinky was invented, okay? He's got the damn bumpers on. He's playing 50cc with auto steering. That's fine. He doesn't have to be a gamer. He just has to be the president. I'm just saying, like why are we talking about gamer Joe Biden? Here's the thing, is because we don't have proper representation. We need a real gamer president. No more of this, like, you know, half measure kind of nonsense. We finally need someone who represents our interests in the White House. What about Vivek representing the gamers by being completely detestable? What, you don't like his idea of firing half of government employees exclusively based on whether their social security number ends in an odd or an even digit? I thought that was kind of like, listen, I'm not saying it's the way that I would do it, but it's certainly a bold idea. It's the first time I've ever heard of that idea. Me, when I'm employee of the month at the damn IRS for 72 years, but I get fired because my social security number is 2. Me, if I have an even social security number and even gets pulled, this is ridiculous. This is unconstitutional. It will not stand. Me, if I have an even number social security number and the odd gets pulled, oh, sorry. That's like, I wish it was me. I wish it was me, honestly. I wish it was me. We're really going to miss you around here. That sucks, man. Fuck. That fucking sucks, bro. I did see... Oh, that's bad. They got their camel a little earlier than me. I did see that Librarian did the 50 nug challenge. You're really like... Well, you're catching up, which I respect. The 50 nug challenge... It is a challenge, folks. It is... But I will say, I have to imagine that the 3-foot-long Subway sandwiches was harder. Yes, 100%. Because, like, I think I did 52 nuggets or something like that. And then, like, later that day, I think Kate and I, like, went to her parents' house or something like that. Or we went to Corey's place. Like, it's not like I was screwed up for the rest of the day. Like, I was totally fine. It's one of those things, I wouldn't say it's like... It's not like a YouTube difficult eating challenge. It's more like it just is not good for you and doesn't feel great. 3-foot-long subs, that strikes me as a challenge, just in terms of sheer volume. Oh, 48 oysters it's got to be 2x difficult versus 50 nuggets. Like an oyster is got more of everything than a nugget. It's grosser. You're eating like a little bit of sand in every single one. They're like made of salt water. I know chicken nuggets are salty, but like an oyster is like salt. One oyster is less than a chicken nugget. You're fucking crazy. One oyster is harder to eat than a chicken nugget for sure. A chicken nugget, like half of the digestion was done for you when it was produced. An oyster just came out of the damn ocean. You got all you're secreting like enzymes to break it down in your mouth. It's going down your gullet into your stomach. It's getting mashed up by all the Brownian motion in there, pun intended. The chicken nuggets is like, they've done 90% of the work for you. That's why it tastes so good. I also feel like 50 oysters is risky. So I feel like, isn't it basically that like every time you eat oysters, you're getting like a little salmonella, but not so much that it would actually take hold in your gut. But the more you amp up the dose, the more dangerous it is. You mean mercury? No, I'm talking about salmonella. I mean, the mercury is... it's not like a little mercury is good for you. It's better for you than one thing, which is a lot of mercury. Incorrect. That's chicken nuggets. Bro, you're not getting salmonella from chicken nuggets. Do not embarrass yourself by going to I was poisoned on Twitter and saying the McDonald's chicken nuggets gave me salmonella. That's not going to happen. I will say it seems like a lot of people are getting served raw Wendy's chicken sandwiches and then getting really sick. But every time I go to I was poisoned on Twitter, which I do because I follow them, and it's very funny, they're always like, check out this raw chicken sandwich I got from Wendy's. I had diarrhea afterwards for like 8 hours, but the sandwich is always half eaten. Why are you eating half of the sandwich before you take a look at you take a bite, you look at the inside of the meat, and then if it looks good, you eat it, and if it doesn't look good, you spit it out, or you like take it up to the counter or something like that. You should know immediately. They should have cooked the sandwich the whole way, but there's human error. You really ate like half the sandwich and you're like, this shit's raw? Bro, get out of here. I'm losing my okay. You know what? Hello, Tomo. Whoa. Look at the people. Look at them. Okay. He doesn't like to be picked up. He's not pissed. That's the thing. He wants to get petted. He's like scratching my hand. He's like, pet me. I'll pet you, but you gotta just stay over here. Get out of the cords, okay? Hot boy Toki, you just gotta chill out a little bit, okay? Because I'm worried that I'm guessing you're American, okay? You're gonna be at Thanksgiving. People are gonna be like, what'd you get up to this year? You're gonna be like, well, I've made a name for myself as a known degenerate in one specific Twitch chat. That's a simulation of accomplishment. That's not a real thing. You could do so much better. Couldn't you be like a pseudonymous Twitter shit poster or something like that? They seem to do okay. 150,000 followers, 50,000 likes on every tweet. Profile picture is Jake Gyllenhaal holding a cell phone. You know what I'm talking about. Bro, I'm literally going into the military. I told you, no you're not, okay? You made it up. Although I did see you see the U.S. military recruiting at that anime convention in New York City? Where they had like a hottie cosplayer dressed up at the recruitment booth? I did see that. They're getting smarter, people. Be careful. Young men these days are not as interested in Dodge Chargers as they used to be. You know what's crazy? I'm going to get a lot of not base for this, but just hear me out. The older I've gotten, the more I'm like, man, I fucked up. I should have joined the military. You tough it out in the military for like 12 years, you get a pension for life. No wonder so many people join the military. As a teenager, I was like, I'm never going to join the military. That seems like it sucks. Now that I'm 35, I'm like, bro, if I joined the military, I would have already been out right now, and I would have been sucking on the taxpayer teat for the rest of my life. You have the cushiest job of all time, and you're saying you should have joined the military? Yeah. I wouldn't have been one of the guys I was a little portly. They wouldn't have put me on the ground. I would have been in a chair somewhere. I would have been like the guy in charge of ordering the MREs or something like that. Plus, I could be doing this while also getting that sweet pension check, man. That'd probably be one of those like FPS streamers who's like, we don't need to go there. But you know what I mean. I said he was at 215, bro. 215. I called him out. There's a chain of command here. Yeah, walks in and like blows away like 17 scavs in Tarkov, and then just like emotionlessly goes, clear. Doesn't even like, if they had a heart rate monitor on, it's like their heart rate remained completely unchanged throughout the engagement. The Killers may be the most Christian rock band of all time. Fate used to be believable, okay? First off, they're Mormon, which is not Christian, I think. I get confused. It is? It is? It kinda is? What's Catholicism? Christianity is like the kingdom, right? And then Catholicism and Protestantism and Mormonism are the phylums. Where are the Anabaptists? Also Orthodox, right? Also Orthodox, okay. Anabaptists are Protestants. Okay, what about the Amish? The Amish is like a Is that a class now of Anabaptists? Or is that a class of, they're also Protestants? What the hell? It's all Protestants? Always has been? What's Lutheranism? What's Episcopal? I'm not trying to offend anybody. The way that I look at religion within Christianity as someone who knows almost nothing about it, maybe there'll be some humor here. We can all laugh at ourselves. Lutheranism is when you're Catholic or Christian, but you're from like Minnesota, right? And then Episcopalian is like when you're Christian, but you're kind of like, you do you. It's kind of like it's like a pasta primavera. It's like if you want to put vegetables into it, that's fine. If you want to use fish in the pasta, that's okay. That's pretty true. What is Episcopalian? Hang on. The Episcopalian girl I went to school with would never cut her hair and could only wear floor-length skirts. When did you go to school? Was it like 1907? That's Pentecostal. I'm learning about new ones every single day, man. What's going on? I thought there were like 5 sects. And now I'm realizing there's like 500. Who won the Council of Nicaea? Was that like an Iron Man versus Captain America type John? Who won? Did Iron Man think that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost were 3 distinct entities? And Captain America was like, no, they're all just symbolic representations of the Lord? I don't know about any of this shit, man. That's pre-Protestantism? Holy cow. Who taught NL to say John? I honestly just think it's funny because I'm clearly not from Philadelphia. So I think it's hilarious to pretend that I am. I also like it as kind of like, I'm trying to think of the word for it in programming. But it's like a word that can represent anything. Like the word is defined at runtime instead of at compile time. You know what I mean? It's like you can insert John into any method. Sometimes it'll behave as a noun, sometimes it'll behave as an adjective, sometimes it'll behave as a command or a threat. It's a generic, thank you. By the way, Philadelphia users, they said it was generic, not me, okay? We've made the programmers angry, we've made the Christians angry. Who's next? I was going to say Ohio, but I think the first 2 categories probably covered most of the state anyway, so. Can I say something without being rude? Who would I be worried about offending in this situation? A bowling alley owner? Bowling and mini golf are too expensive. I understand they are priced where they're priced because they don't get a lot of foot traffic. But at the same time, I like bowling. I would go bowling a lot more often if the shit was not like $10 a game. It's crazy. We need to have like a $4 a game bowling alley, okay? You got to get the season pass. That's not going to, I can't, listen, I'm 34 years old. I don't know anybody my age who goes bowling. $10 a game doesn't sound bad. $10 a game is crazy, man. Someone said a game is like 45 minutes. Not if you know how to roll the ball. Every frame is like 20 seconds long, bro. You just grab the ball, roll it, and then like 40% of the time you have to roll it a second time. Are you bowling by yourself? It's $10 a person per game. You got to rent by the hour? I'm not having like a 8-year-old's birthday party, bro. I'm just trying to clang some pins together. You're supposed to get smashed and do it slow. I think a lot of people are going to have the same experience as me. I have never had an alcoholic beverage at a bowling alley because I think I have been to a bowling alley probably 97.8% of my lifetime spent at a bowling alley was before I could legally drink. I used to stop at a bowling alley just to drink at the bar sometimes. Can I say something? This is what makes America great, and I mean that unironically. That's culture, bro. Unironically, I look at that enviably. They don't do that up here. People are getting sloshed at Boston Pizza. It's a publicly traded company. They're not going to, Bill's Lanes, ripping back a couple of hard sarsaparillas. That's Americana right there. Kind of true, I went to Boston Pizza for beer like a month ago. That's Canadian culture. It saddens me a little bit, but it's what we got, man. Canadian culture is saying Boston pizza sucks ass, but the pierogi pizza goes kind of hard. So true. So the Canadian spotted. What the hell is Boston pizza? It's like, imagine if the Cheesecake Factory were bad. And you're going to say, go ahead and say it. You're going to say it is bad. No, it isn't. It's good in its own league, which is like sit down, fast, casual chain restaurants. Is it Le Cordon Bleu, Heston Blumenthal, molecular gastronomy? It's going to blow your mind? No. But if your aunt is having her birthday, it's a great place to get dinner. You know how I know that it's a great place to get dinner? We tried to go there when we were in Washington this weekend. It was my niece's birthday. Admittedly, we needed a table for 7, but I do want to say a table for 7 is not that crazy. That's 2 families. We got 1 kid, they got 2 kids, okay? We went to the Cheesecake Factory. We said, how long are we looking at for a table for 7? They said that your estimated wait time is 90 minutes. I said, suck me. Are you kidding me? 90? You got 1,500 seats in this restaurant. It's going to take us an hour and a half at 8 p.m. to get seated in the Cheesecake Factory? See you never. Next time we'll make reservations. I did not say suck me. I was just like, the place it's busy, bro. Alderwood Mall be crazy. You know where I was. It's true. Took me like 8 minutes just to get out of the parking lot. I had to wait for somebody to let me turn right, even though my license plate didn't say Washington on it. Finally, I saw like 8 Dodge Rams coming, and I was like, I'm just going to let those crazy people go. I'm not out here trying to die. Finally, I saw someone with a Prius, and I was like, can I? So it's for me? And they were like, yeah, go ahead. Life's rough out here. Did you just wander around Alderwood? Nah, bro. We drove elsewhere and went to Blazing Onion. Was it good? It was pretty good. Didn't blow me away. It was okay. It's crazy that, I don't know if you've ever been to Blazing Onion. They have the audacity to call something Blazing Onion sauce. My in-laws were like, you got to try the Blazing Onion sauce. It's delicious. Shit is literally Frank's Red Hot sauce and mayonnaise. Can you do that? Can you just be like, we have our own sauce. It's made of 2 other sauces we didn't make. You can do whatever you want. Well, it just seems like they didn't do anything. They like DJ'd the 2 sauces together, and then they called it. They didn't say like, this is the Beyonce Halo remix by DJ Rehab. They were like, this is the Blazing Onion sauce. I'm like, there's no part of you in the sauce at all. I'm not saying DJs are all frauds, okay? You're taking words out of my mouth, or you're putting words in my mouth. I don't know what you're doing, quite frankly. A sample is a different thing, but they did not sample the Frank's Red Hot, okay? The Frank's Red Hot was the dominant element. It was a cover of Frank's Red Hot at best. It's crazy that you make fun of your friends for doing just chatting for 2 hours, and this is what your content's like. How is it crazy? Because I'm the only person on this website capable of doing 2 things at once? Putting down a 10 out of 10 Super Auto Pets run and also dissecting the perils of modern society, 1 chain restaurant at a time. Kick his ass out. I think they were joking. Go watch some loser read Wikipedia. Bro, that's also my stream. You're making their point for them, okay? Dude, in my class, a couple of classmates uttered the words, TikTok is a more reliable source than Wikipedia. That's pretty insane, to be honest.
I don't Google anymore, I TikTok. I want to buy a new face mist, a new face product, TikTok. Not sure how to cook something, TikTok. Like, why would I Google something? And I can go on TikTok, watch a 15-second video, gives me the full lowdown on how to make something, if something's good, how to use something. I get like a little visual of it, and it's literally so easy. Please tell me I'm not the only one.
Every subsequent platform in social media, I don't think that they make society more insane. but they definitely pull back the curtain on the amount of insane people that have always existed in society. Have you seen, Justin introduced me to Mine Girl. Have you seen Mine Girl? It's an adult woman who has been digging like a mine under her house that's just in a neighborhood. She goes into her sub-basement and uses like mechanical drills to basically, the only thing I can say is that it's Minecraft. She's doing real life Minecraft, like digging long ass hallways into the rock. And I don't know why. Like she does literally have a minecart down there. She's down there, like breaking the rock, and then filling up the minecart with granite, and then sending the minecart back to like the start of the mine. Like I don't know what she's doing. She's just compelled to to make the mine. It's like a serious man stuff. God forbid a woman have hobbies. I didn't say it's not cool. It is cool as long as you ignore the possibility that like all of her neighbors' houses are going to collapse. Like she keeps getting asked questions about like, you know, aren't you worried about your neighbors' houses collapsing? And she's like, no, idiot. I use like rebar and 2x4s to reinforce the mine shaft. And I'm like, oh, if my house was over top of the mine, I'd be like, oh, thank God. She also knows what she's doing, like to some extent. Like she's obviously engineering minded. Like she's not just down there with like an IKEA cordless drill plowing through the earth. Like she's got some real know-how. I don't think she should be doing it. Have you seen Eel Pool Guy? I have seen Eel Pool Guy. Guy who lifts up like a grate in front of his house, and then there's just a shallow pool with like hundreds of eels in there, and he goes down and throws them food. These people have always existed. There's more of them now because of the fact that there's just more people in the world. But when YouTube came out, you know, you'd see some people doing some crazy stuff on YouTube. You'd be like, holy, I didn't know that this kind of community existed. And it just keeps going. They ratchet it up like every 10 years. I just ate my first apple that tastes like apple juice. Hey, British Columbians, did you know that we have an incredible apple in British Columbia? I kind of thought it would be pure trash because of the fact that it was the cheapest apple available at Costco. But it's called the Ambrosia apple. Because the apple was so good, you could catch my ass looking up the Wikipedia article on the apple as I ate the apple. Probably ate 30 Ambrosia apples in the last 3 weeks, if I had to guess. 1 to 2 a day. Shit is delicious. It's like almost as good as a Honeycrisp, 50% of the price of a Honeycrisp. And it was invented in BC. Diet Coke or Ambrosia apple? I'll follow up your question with another question. Me or PS5? Always makes me laugh whenever I see a post that's like me or the PS5. I don't want to mansplain, but I feel like I gotta get up in the mentions there and be like, lady, you know this fucker's got no games, right? Now, if it was you or the PlayStation 2, that's a tough one, because there's a library on that thing, and it's backwards compatible with the PlayStation 1. And that fucker can play DVDs. So, I mean, I'm just saying you should value yourself a little higher. Like a PS5, what do we got? Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Demon Souls remake? Like, come on. Gran Turismo? Gran Turismo. Elden Ring loads a little faster. Well, PS5 goated. Has the amazing controller. No doubt about that. And the remaster of a game released during COVID. It is hilarious that they're remaking. I thought I got trolled when I saw the screenshots for the Last of Us remastered. Or the Last of Us 2 remastered. It was like, here's the side-by-side from The Last of Us Part 2 and The Last of Us Part 2 remastered, and it's like a completely identical screenshot. Surprised you don't have more yard work anecdotes? You know what? I kind of do have one. So I have fully settled into suburban life. Except for last weekend, the previous 3 weekends, I raked the leaves every Saturday. Sunday through Friday, trees shake, the leaves fall off. I let them pile up. Then on Saturday morning, I rake the leaves, put them into the organics bin, and I look at my outdoor area and I say, it looks nice. And what has made it even better is that my neighbor right next to me had been on vacation. So I've been watching their leaves pile up for like a month. I wake up, I look out the window, couple of scattered leaves on mine, enough to be autumnal, but not like, it doesn't feel like it's gonna screw up the concrete or something like that. I look at theirs and it's just piled up like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Like you're gonna crash into that to get a secret hidden videotape or something. And I've been like, I'm a god. I'm a genius. So every Saturday, I was raking leaves for like 90 minutes, right? They came home yesterday, and then like an hour after they came home, 3 dudes with diesel leaf blowers came, and in like 6 minutes blew all of their leaves into one big pile, put it into a garbage can, and then drove off, and their shit is looking pristine. I apologize. I was not familiar with your game. You had it all figured out. Now, I enjoyed being outside, getting a little exercise, and, as Cicero said, a man only needs 2 things, a library and a garden. Library, of course, is YouTube, skibbity toilet, and the garden is raking the leaves. That being said, I was like, damn, that would have saved me a lot of time. Yeah, raking leaves, kind of, I don't know if relaxing is the word I would use. Maybe it is, It's kind of like, I don't know, it's as close as I come to like meditation. Outside with the earbuds in, it's like, I finally understand like Power Wash Simulator. You go out and the leaves are like 100%. And then every time you rake the leaves, like every single rake takes it down like 0.25%. So after 400 rakes, you're like, oh, look at that. They call it atheist church. The kids are calling it atheist church. It's when you go outside and you toil even though you don't have to, and you find some meaning on this mixed up blue marble. Kids are getting so high on this shit, they're volunteering at the local soup kitchen on Sundays. Are your children toiling? Not yet. My child is not toiling. But I do try to do like 10 minutes of crayon practice with her every day. Try to get her to do some tracing practice. And she fights me on it. She's part of the alpha generation, She's like, I would rather just play My Singing Monsters. And I'm like, we're going to set like a 5-minute timer, and we're going to take the crayon and we're going to trace like the letter A. She does like one letter A, and I'm like, that's amazing. It's the best A I've ever seen. And then she does like one arm of the second A, and she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm like, I know, get used to it. I would rather be looking at my phone right now too than trying to force you to learn the alphabet, even though you're going to learn the alphabet anyway. But you got to fill your time with something, okay? Mr. Beast thumbnail, or I will be very angry. Something like that. How's that? He's holding the orb. Last one to hold on to this orb I found wins $1 million. It's a H.P. Lovecraft novel. But when he was, I don't watch Mr. Beast videos. When he was buried alive, where did the poop go? I saw the tweet that was like, where did the poop go? But it's a good question. Where did the poop go? The dude was in a coffin for 7 days. He said he didn't poop. I don't buy that, Mr. Beast. Your average viewer who's like 13 years old might buy it. I don't believe he didn't poop for 7 days. It doesn't make sense. You really think he was in there? I think he was in there. I mean, you don't have any evidence that he wasn't in there. And I don't have any evidence that he wasn't in there. He said he was in there. I'm going to believe him. 7 days, that seems doable to me. I'm not saying a YouTuber would never lie to me. I'm kind of saying, you know, Mr. Beast is already on top. It's like accusing Hikaru Nakamura of cheating in chess. Like, bro, he's got nothing to gain and everything to lose. I'm not saying it's impossible. It just doesn't pass the smell test without some rigorous scientific and statistical testing, okay? That has never stopped anyone. You don't have evidence, man. You don't have evidence. Listen, I'm not saying you got to hand it to Mr. Beast. I'm just saying we can't be like he didn't really do it without, you know, if you saw him down at the damn Wawa when he was supposed to be buried, that's one thing. We're assuming based on common sense. I would just spend the week in the coffin, but I would not be coy about it. I would tell you where the poop went. I would be like, I pooped 3 times and like I wore a diaper. And then when I pooped in the diaper, I took the diaper off and threw it in the corner. They'd be like, didn't that stink? I'd be like, yeah, but I was in the coffin for 7 days. Like, I got bigger problems. I'm in the damn coffin. Yeah, it smelled bad. It was like, it should be so lucky to smell bad, so I have something interesting to remark upon in my brain for 7 days of solitary confinement. I had to poo in there to stay sane. That's what I always say about Sisyphus, man. If they really wanted to punish him, they should take away the poop. Did I tell you my niece was roasting Mr. Beast? She was saying, like, she tells her friends at school that she has a famous YouTuber uncle. And then I'm like, oh, they're probably disappointed when they find out it's not Mr. Beast. And then she was like, I don't like Mr. Beast. I don't like his videos, and his chocolate bars cost like $10 frickin'. I was like, oh, shit. I had no idea. It runs deep, bro. She's spitting. You got to release budget chocolate bars for the people? Nah, man. The dollar store's already got that covered. You ever go out for Halloween trick-or-treating and you like expect to get a Kit Kat and then they hand you like some kind of, it's a 1 nanometer thick chocolate bar wrapped in like paper that has like a clip art picture of a lion on it or something like that? That's the that's the stuff right there. That's me? No, I'm giving out, I don't even remember what we gave out. Smarties and Kit Kats and Aero bars, which are the worst. I apologize for that. But the packs come with the Aero bars, so what do you want me to do? Arrows go so hard. POV, you are from the United Kingdom. Tell me I'm wrong. That's true, I am. You didn't even have to tell me. I already knew. If you are an Aero enjoyer, 100% you're British. People from England always be like, oh, have you ever had Rolo? Sorry. I mean, I don't need to apologize. It's just a statement, but like, you know. Oh, have you ever had Jersey milk? Jersey, bro, please. I know we're talking about Snickers and Wunderbar, Butterfinger, Crunchy, Mars bars. You ever have a Jersey milk? Well, what's inside of it? Nothing, bro. It's just chocolate. What the hell? You ever have an arrowroot digestive biscuit? Come on. What the fuck you mean baked beans isn't number 1? Oh, man. It gets me every time. It does, doesn't it? What's your least liked chocolate bar that you do like? Okay, what's the least liked chocolate bar that you do like? I don't eat a lot of chocolate bars. I prefer the salty snacks. But I would say that the gimme is Bounty. I probably would not purchase it from the store, but if there were some Bounties around and someone was like, do you want these? I don't like coconut. I would be like, sign me up, bro. I don't think that answers the question. Well, I don't know. I don't eat that much chocolate, so I don't have strong chocolate opinions, I think, is the... I'm not sure if that's the answer you want, but it's the answer that exists in reality. Someone did say eat more, and that's true. Do they have eat more in the United States? Eat more is like a quote-unquote diet chocolate bar that is basically made of like dried fruit, nuts, and chocolate. And it is kind of like eating like a sawdust board, but it's kind of fucking good. It's a chocolate bar made by Hershey Consists of dark toffee, peanuts, and chocolate. It was created in Canada on July 1st, 1987. This shit was created on Canada Day. Doesn't get more patriotic than that. Wikipedia article doesn't even have a picture. Listen. How was this shit? Oh, it was acquired on Canada Day. It was invented in like 1906. An early 1930s this is the most Canadian sentence I've ever read. An early 1930s contest to name the chocolate bar, the winning name was Eat More. Take me back, man. Life was just simpler back then. Was won by Angus B. MacDonald of New Waterford, Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia. His prize was an Art Deco style clock fashioned to look like a measuring tape. Holy, there's a lot to unpack there. His prize was an Art Deco clock fashioned to look like a measuring tape. It is chewy and comes in a yellow wrapper. It is also rectangular and flat and stretches when eaten. That is true. A caramel version was also launched in 1995, which replaced the dark toffee of the original with caramel of a similar consistency. It was the same size and shape as the original Eat More, but it came in a copper-colored wrapper. It has since been discontinued. There's not a whole lot of information on the Eat More chocolate bar. I would say Eat More is to chocolate bars as Munchos are to potato chips. It's like they're definitely a potato chip, the same way Eat More is definitely a chocolate bar, but it's like unlike any other entrant in the category. I love Munchos too, man. I don't know what it's all about. Like I don't know what happened at the Munchos factory, if there was like an accident and that's how they turned out the way they turned out, but I do like them. I do want to say, anytime I talk about bananas, people are like, I don't eat them, there's too much sugar. Then we're doing a candy bar tier list, and people are like, you ain't eating 100-gram bar, mate. You ain't eating, what are you doing with your life? You ain't eating 100-gram bar. That's what I mean when I say the barrier to entry for like healthy food. People are, same thing with sparkling water. 2 LaCroix a day, that's a little excessive. Meanwhile, hey, it's the divisional, it's game 5 of the divisionals in MLB. Let's have 9 Coors Lights. Motherfuckers Googling, can I have 2 Coke Zeros with lunch? Oh no, his strawmen are British now. I am reaching that age where like whenever I go to someone's house and they have one of those like Royal Danish blue tins with the sugar cookies in it, I'm like, fuck yes. Fuck yes, bro. And as far as I'm concerned, that's fair game. You don't even have to ask. If they've got that displayed on the coffee table, it's good to go. Now, what's the best? Yeah, you open it up and it's just a bunch of fucking thimbles and you're like, ah, shit. Best shape, in my opinion, is the pretzel shape with the dusted sugar, but that's just my personal... I'll take anything in the pack, but that's my favorite. Gingerbread houses. Now you got me. Now you got me something controversial. Because I don't really like a gingerbread house. Making a gingerbread house is fun. Eating candy while you make the gingerbread house is fun. But then storing a gingerbread house in your house for like 2 or 3 extra weeks until Christmas is just sort of weird. Because like you're like, am I really going to break my house to eat some stale gingerbread and like mints? I don't think so. And then I think like we were making maybe there's some PTSD here. But we were making gingerbread houses in school like every year. And I feel like we used a hot glue gun to glue some of this stuff when icing didn't suffice. Tomo, get out of the courts. And I feel like anytime I look at a gingerbread house, I'm kind of like tasting hot glue. Like our teacher was probably like, don't eat the gingerbread house, you use glue on it. But we were all like, bro, that's a mint. You really think I'm just not gonna eat a mint just because it's glued with plastic? It's gotta be a fondant gun. I did not grow up knowing what a fondant gun is. It certainly was not a fondant gun. It was not a hot glue gun. I'm telling you that you weren't fucking alive when it happened. And I was there, and it was a hot glue gun. Because we put the fucking translucent sticks into the back of it. The same ones we used when we needed to glue something hotly. I'm scared of this snake. Oh, you motherfuckers. Really? After everything we've been through? Never mind! The 10-piece. What time is it anyway? Holy cow, it's going to be a long stream today. We've only been live for an hour and a half. That glue stick probably feels good as fuck when you slide it into the glue gun. Listen, that's like a +2. You should put that one on Twitter. Ban that chatter? What are you talking about? Is it illegal to be funny? Did I accidentally end up creating Saturday Night Live? Hello, Justin, by the way. +2, +2. They hate it. They hate SNL. Yeah, yeah. Tomo, can you go sit next to Santa Claus, please? Can you go sit next to Santa? Can you go sit next to Santa, okay? Because here's the thing, I wouldn't mind if you sat on my lap, okay? But as soon as I pick you up, you're like, I want to be down. Case in point. So now you're out here, you're being a liability in and around the courts, okay? And I can't stand for that. It's very distracting, plus potentially dangerous for both of us, okay? You see yourself? I think he's having an episode right now. He just saw himself in the camera, and he is realizing he's a cat for the first time. Look at it. Look at it! Don't hide from who you are, Norman! I don't want to kill Spider-Man. I don't want to kill Spider-Man. Cut his head off, Norman. Become that which you are. It's your destiny. Maybe I can cut his head off a little bit. Anyway. Still can't believe they fired Toby as Spider-Man. Toby, Michael Scott voice. Toby, nobody here at the office likes you. And you're divorced. So nobody at home likes you either. You think that's how they broke the news? Don't worry, Toby's the Scranton Strangler. Nobody's... Brother, we're in the damn climate crisis right now. You're pulling out Darth Jar Jar-esque memes about the office in here. Let's get serious as a society. This is getting ridiculous, you know? We're in a lot of trouble. He might be, though? Yeah, sure, and maybe Mr. Beast didn't get in the coffin, okay? Like, it does seem a little silly that he pretended not to poop for 7 days. I know I'm the biggest proponent of, like, if someone says something that fake, it must be real because they couldn't expect us to believe that lie. But, like, I don't believe that the man did not poop for 7 days. And even if he didn't, that's true. What did he do with the piss? There's no way he didn't piss for 7 days. I will say I have gone 7 days without pooping, but I couldn't do it on command. What happened? I moved to South Korea for a year, and like the day of travel, like the 30 hours of travel, you're all messed up, you know? You're having breakfast at 2 a.m. and then right after that it's like midnight snack. You go over the international date line and they're like, here's a second breakfast, and you're like, I've only been up for 4 hours, but it's been 27 hours since I left. Like and then like there's anxiety and you're in an unfamiliar environment. I wasn't constipated. I didn't feel like I had to poop. After like 3 or 4 days, I was like, this is crazy. I haven't pooped yet. And then like one day I pooped and I was back on the, you know, I've got rhythm. I've got sunshine. Who could ask for anything more? Go one stream without mentioning poop challenge, difficulty impossible. How about like go one day without being grossed out by some shit that you do every day challenge, difficulty degree fucking easy. I do it every day. Ooh, poop and piss. So disgusting. Hang on, I gotta go to the bathroom really quick. Anytime anybody tells me they're going to the bathroom, I don't think that they're like going into another dimension and it's like, oh, whatever happens in there is none of my business. They're spreading both cheeks and letting the logs drop in the toilet, brother. At a minimum, they're leaking yellow fluid from the tip of their dick into the toilet. And what's funny about it is they're probably trying to like hit the quiet spot on the toilet. You know, just to the left at the back of the toilet, but a little bit left of center, where when the piss hits, instead of like reflecting back, it sort of like bends around the bowl. So it turns into like a drizzle instead of a sprinkle. I aim dead center. I just know you never wear khakis. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm a right side enjoyer. That's fine. I got to imagine that it's like a left-handed, right-handed sort of thing going on as well. The poop bits aren't gross, but you're obsessed with them? Well, I think you're obsessed with them. I just talk about them. You're the one who seems to have it stick in your brain a little bit. I talk about poop and then I'm like, I ate a burger yesterday. You're like, hold on, go back to the poop stuff. Which one of us is obsessed, brother? Make it make sense. Okay, a cheeseburger, extra pickles, maybe a little bit of poop on it. Oh, man. Gets me every time. You know what you've done, by the way? You've ruined your brain via the internet. There's still time, unless you're my age. You still got some neuroplasticity. But like you spend too much time on the internet where like everything is about sex somehow. Then when anybody talks about anything, they must have a fetish for that. So like you bring up poop a lot. Is there anything you want to tell us? Yeah, it's fucking, I'm bringing it up that you're supposed to make jokes about things you know. I'm in the bathroom like 20 minutes a day, dropping logs. I'm an expert, according to Malcolm Gladwell. Just because you jerk off to everything you're interested in, I keep my interest there separate. I'm not writing, NHL fanfic about, enemies turned into lovers or something like that. I'm just watching the game. And then I'm logging off and eating a ham sandwich. I don't need all of my interests to eventually come back to carnal desires. Why don't you take responsibility instead of gaslighting chat? I'm not responsible for your thoughts. Fucking Crunchyroll and your parents are responsible for your thoughts. I'm responsible for what I say. I'll take responsibility for that. I'll take ownership. I'll apologize when necessary. The way that you receive the pass, brother, I'm Patrick Mahomes out here. You run the route, the shit's hitting you between the numbers. If you fumble it, that's on you and your gloves, as far as I'm concerned, okay? That's got nothing to do with me. That's not any of my business. Everybody's got their own cross to bear, okay? I've got the cross to bear that for some reason I have like PTSD from when Toad went into the de-evolution chamber in the Super Mario Brothers movie. And I still am teasing it apart bit by bit. Because it's still in there, because when I rewatch the Matrix movies, and in the Matrix 2, Agent Smith starts turning regular agents into Agent Smith by inserting his karate chop into their chest, and then they go, and then they turn into Agent Smith. Like, that still gives me the heebie-jeebies. And it's, the Toad stuff was like 1992 or something like that. Yeah, I know it bothers me. You know what bothers me the most is that they put Toad in the de-evolution chamber, and he's like, no, don't put me in the de-evolution chamber. But then when the de-evolution chamber's done, he's so cooked that he's got like the Goomba smile. Like he's actually happy he went through the de-evolution because there's not a shred of Toad, the person, left in there. That shit is, I'm like, no! It would be better if he was like in the machine, but he was raging against the machine. If every once in a while, a little bit of Toad's humanity popped out. But instead, he's like so fucking lobotomized that he's like, I love being a Goomba. I love being a Goomba. He's doing the dance in the elevator. That's true. He did still play the harmonica. He's still in there somewhere. I forgot about that. They do give him the harmonica, and they're like, Toad is home. There's some spark of Toad left in there. But Agent Smith fucking overwrites him, man. It takes a lot to get me to, sympathize with the agents, because those are bad dudes, man. Nowadays, the things that horrify kids in movies are like, oh, her fucking mom took away her iPad or something. Upvotes to the left. Upvotes to the left. Have you heard of the concept of Yes Day, by the way? Or is this something that's only relevant for parents? My kid's not old enough to be talking about Yes Day yet. The concept of it is that basically parents have to say no all the time. Because your kids want to do stuff that is either stupid or unfeasible or dangerous. So you're always saying no. But for one day, you're like, hey, we're going to say yes to everything. They did turn it into a movie on Netflix starring Jennifer Garner. But it's kind of become like a real thing as well, in the sense that people have seen it and then been like, we should do that. I will never be doing Yes Day. It just seems like because I couldn't do it in a way that would be authentic to the spirit of the bit. Because like my kid might be like, can I have ice cream for lunch? And I'd be like, okay, it's Yes Day, you can have ice cream for lunch. But then she might be like, you know, can I chop the vegetables for dinner? And I would be like, the fuck are you talking about? You're 3 years old. You think I'm going to give you a cleaver? Absolutely not. But then if I say no, it's like not Yes Day. Or like, oh, well, there's some exceptions to Yes Day. Well, then it's not Yes Day, man. Because the thing is, you might be like, well, you only say no for things that are like dangerous. And I'm like, that's like 80% of the shit that I say no to right now. My kid's like, can I ride not in the car seat? And I'm like, obviously not. You're either going to suffer an egregious injury or I'm going to get pulled over and go to prison. Like, there's no positive that comes out of this. Dude, that's such a good Squeaks or Ludwig idea. Yes Day for chat. I'm not even going to dangle the carrot like it's going to happen with me. But you might be able to convince Squeaks to do it. I think you should bug Squeaks, okay? You should bug Squeaks and tell him, like, psyop. Don't tell him that it's from another community. Let's add him and see if he's here. He might be invisible. Celebrities like to lay low in this chat. I know you're out there. I fucking see you. Don't let him know that it's from this chat. Clips disabled. Mods, clips disabled. Just start every, 15 minutes. Just pepper in, hey, Squeaks, can we have a Yes Day? So you guys have to work together, because if too many people say it all at once, he's going to catch on. He's a smart guy. Because honestly, Squeaks needs a little bit of blowback for ruining everybody's Twitch chat. People come out here. The January 6th is mentioned in like every single chat, every single minute. People come into my chat, call me like Pookie and stuff like that now. It's just driving me crazy. He deserves a little bit of blowback, okay? OMG, he does, which he didn't invent, but that's where I discovered it from. How many subs for an NL yesterday? It will not happen. I say no for a good reason, because the stuff that you tell me to do, usually I don't want to do. That's the point. I know. Why would I ever relent on that one? I don't want to do shit that I don't want to do. But it's Yes Day? No, the fuck it isn't Yes Day, by the way. It is not in this house. So you will not catch me doing a Yes Day. Unless Kate decides to do a Yes Day for our kid, in which case I'll go along for the ride because I love my family. But I'll be like pissed the whole time. The whole time. And I know at some point she's going to be like, what do I do? She wants to do something that I don't want to let her do. And I said, that's why we shouldn't have done Yes Day in the first place. I ain't doing Yes Day. Yes! Yes! I am not dumb. That is true. We will not be doing fucking Yes Day this year. Can you go fuck mode real quick? What does this mean, go fuck mode? If that's a setting, I don't think I got the switch for it, brother. You know what it is? I don't know if I do. All right. Safety always off. We will be going fuck this year. Alexander Ovechkin after losing the Stanley Cup every year after 2015. You know what? It has the same energy as Gaben introducing the sex update. And I'm loving every minute of it, Jerry. Jerry, I'm loving every minute of it. Yes, we are. Who do you think, if they had to put Trump in Seinfeld, we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Who do you think that it would make the most sense for him to replace in Seinfeld? Who do you think has he certainly does not have Jerry energy, although he kind of does have Jerry energy. Kind of does have Newman energy for sure. Hello, Jerry. Hello. Mr. Seinfeld, the funny man, Jerry Seinfeld, everybody. Give him a big round of applause. What is it? Jerry, whether you come to me begging on your knees, whether it's jokes that aren't funny, observations that are not trenchant, or punchlines that are made up, if you begged on your knees for your hover shoes back, I would not grant them to you. I don't know why he's talking like that. He's become Sue Hawk from Survivor Borneo. Real ones remember where they were when she told Richard Hatch that she just say something like, if you were dying of thirst on the side of the road, I wouldn't piss in your mouth, or something crazy. People, there were some hurt feelings on that show. I mean, it was for $1 million. She said she wouldn't piss on him to put out a fire. Ah, that sounds more right. I would, Chad, if you were on fire, I would piss on you to put out the fire. But I would ask first. Because some people would probably rather be dead. Some people probably set the fire themselves. But I'm willing to bite the bullet on that one to save a life. If you were in the coffin for 7 days and didn't have to piss, but I was also in the coffin with you and I was on fire, what would you do in that situation? I don't know if I could piss on command. I would definitely, you have my honest, I swear to you it's true. I would at least try. Even if you were a stranger, I would be like, I don't want to see you die. I don't really have much to lose in that situation, but I would do my best, but I can't promise. Like, I don't want this to come up and bite me in the ass in the future, right? Don't give Netflix any ideas. I don't think Netflix would return my calls anyway. Hello, Netflix, new content division. Hey, I got a great idea for a TV show. Is it about hot people from northern England, all placed together on a tropical island, but they're not allowed to touch each other? No. Hold, please. This is fast forward 9 hours. Several hours later. Click. Megan, but it's a robot version of Ronald Reagan. Is this anything? You know, it's not something. Oh no, guys, it's day 117 of the SAG-AFTRA strike. David Zaslav of Warner Brothers picks up a phone. Enough is enough. Send in Regan. Listen here, buckos. You get back to work or you're all fucking fired. We're going to replace you with AI. If you haven't seen Megan, the robot does a lot of dancing for some reason. And she you've seen it. Maybe you haven't seen it. She doesn't make the z sound, really. Reagan the Stallion, is this anything? Now you're touching parts of my brain that were previously quite disparate from one another, and I like it. Chad, if you had the Death Note, don't answer that. I'm gonna stop that one before it even gets started. I was gonna ask, how would you dispose of it without incurring the death effects of the Death Note? I've never seen Death Note. Does Light try to dispose of it, but then it keeps coming back like Loki's mask from the Jim Carrey movie The Mask? Like even when he throws it off of like the Brooklyn Bridge, like it just ends up back on his doorstep somehow? No, he loves it. He's all in. Okay. So he's more like Julian from The Mask. who when he gets the mask, he's like, this is my true self. Whereas Stanley Ipkiss was more of like a reluctant vessel for the spirit of Loki, which is why he becomes more of like, he's kind of like a comedy monster instead of being like a just pure demonic energy incarnate. It's kind of like the Santa Claus 3. You know what? I haven't seen that one. Maybe I should. I feel like I've already started watching Christmas movies. It's November the 22nd. Like, I can really knock out like a bunch this year. It's just something to do. I don't know. It is heavy Greg Turkington energy. Every time I describe the movie, it's just the year it came out, the two most famous actors in it, and then its runtime. But unironically, we should do March Madeaness this year. I need to find another content creator who has the courage to watch 27 Medea movies with me. We will be accused of misogyny. We might be accused of racism, no matter what we say. Cultural appropriation is a given. We're gonna catch a lot of flack. It might be a career-ruining venture, but I feel a passion inside of me for going through all, like the dude who did all the rainforest cafes and all the Margaritavilles in America. I feel like I can't rest until I've seen all the Medea films and I can categorize them and rank them and speak on them. Is Tyler Perry holding your family hostage? No, you must be thinking of Medea Goes to Prison. She does, I'm going to say it, in a couple of those movies, Medea deserved to go to prison. She did hit another person's kids. You shouldn't even hit your own kids, but I think we can all agree it's worse to hit someone else's kids. Or is it? Because, like, I'm not trying to go down like a confusing path here, okay? It feels like it's worse to, at first blush, it's worse to hit someone else's, it's worse to hit your kid. It's worse to hit someone else's kid. Sorry. Let's just not hit kids. I'm saying, obviously, but Medea already did it and we can't change history, okay? I think it's actually worse to hit your own kid because there's like a sense of like being betrayed by the person that should be in your corner all the time. Hitting someone else's child is also like really bad, but at least it doesn't come with the added sting of like, my dad just hit me. I never really thought about that. I'm not going to do either. I'm just saying it makes you think. You guys are cowards. You would not have made it. You're always like, if I was in ancient Rome, I would be fucking Diogenes. No, you wouldn't, because as soon as we start asking tough questions, your ass drinking out the wine barrel instead of living in it. Oh, distract me, distract me, distract me. Brother, we're figuring out what it means to be human in a society where all the rules are made before we even got here, okay? We're learning something about what it means to be alive, surrounded by other people who, just like us, all feel like the main character, okay? You got to ask yourself tough questions from time to time. You don't have to manifest it into reality, but you ask yourself the tough questions, okay? And that's only one movie. I don't even remember what movie that is. If I was born in ancient Sparta, they would have thrown me off the cliff for real. I think I was a good baby, but as soon as they saw that like I was going to walk on my toes forever, they probably would have killed me. They probably would have chopped my head off. Or they would have had me, like, they would have put me in some job that was considered demeaning in a warrior society. Like, I would have been the guy, like, putting the cloaks on the real warriors before they went to the Battle of Thermopylae. Like, the fucking, the dude who's all bubbled up, you know? I'd be like, best of luck, Leonidas. Is there any room at the front lines for me this time, Leonidas? We told you, you fucking freak. We told you. You can't come with us, okay? Put my sandals on. All right, Leonidas, good luck. It's a bad day to be Persian, am I right, Leonidas? Yo, are you still talking? Yo, shut up, man. We're going. That would be me. That would be me for sure. It'd just be me and the soldiers' wives hanging out. They'd be like gossiping and I'd be laughing, and then they'd be like, can you fill this up for me? And I'd be like, yes, of course, my lady, of course. Like I'm part of the team, but I'm not on like an equal standing, and they're not going to let me forget it. Thank you, librarian, by the way. Thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. I'm that guy, but for NL. It is kind of crazy that you're going through like the 50 nugget challenge and like not even really like recording it. Like that was for content. You're just out here posting a picture of like 5 10-piece nugget boxes. Like, look at what I did. And I'm like, why, man? I mean, more power to you if you got something out of it. It's just for, you're right, it's the love of the game. Callus up that esophagus. Who would care to watch it? I mean, that's what I've been saying for years, but here we are somehow. I'm just a clipper. Don't go down. Don't go down on yourself. Don't get so down on yourself. Not just a clipper. You're an editor too, with a prodigious work rate. It's always like mind-blowing that the shit that I like say today makes it into like a video that goes up on YouTube like tonight. I can't even do that. Like by the time I eat lunch, I'm already behind. Let's give a round of applause to the librarian, by the way. There we go. Oh, stop it. Keep it going! Keep it going! Can I tell you something, by the way? If I ever find myself in like a quote-unquote real public speaking position, I'm going to make you one promise right now. You will not catch me asking how you are in the audience today and then following it up by saying, I can't hear you. It's not going to happen. We must break the cycle, okay? I understand you want to do it to people because people did it to you when you were growing up. Hurt people hurt people. We got to be strong for the next generation. We as a generation can eliminate I can't hear you. They love it. Do you love that bit, people? Come on, let's make a little bit more noise for that bit. Tepid crowd noises. Santa Barbara Real Estate Association, how we doing tonight? Did you like that hypnotist? I told you you'd have to show up early. You're gonna love that hypnotist. The creepy hypnotist? Is that a real bit? A lot of stuff came to mind right away. First thing I it's like, hey, everybody, we're going to need some people to come down. If you ever thought that hypnotism would be fun, why not give it a try? I promise nothing weird is going to happen. Then like 5 seconds later, that motherfucker's like, okay, sleepy, you're asleep. Now take your socks off. Take your fucking socks off. Take them off. Your feet are hotter than they've ever been in your entire life. Take your socks off. Your feet are burning. They're on fire. They're on fire. You gotta the socks are made of pure lava. They're cast iron pans that have been in the oven for 8 hours. Take the socks off. Take them off. You take your socks off. Take your socks off. Grab this pencil with your toes. You've got an overwhelming urge to grab this pencil with your toes. Please stop. Nah, man. No, it's not going to be happening today. Hang on here for a second. I hit 1,700 in verses today. It's actually amazing because my perspective on verses is that only the best players in the world are still playing it. So I honestly think that a 1,700 now probably makes you like a 1,900 when ranked first came out. I hit 1850. Can you just let him be happy about 1,700, okay? Like, there's no need. They will not divide us, okay? Okay, Mr. Type A, Type B guy. No, you got it all backwards, though. I invented the Type A, Type B stuff. That was mostly just a mental model for how to look at my audience. But now you guys have added your own to it. And now you're having genuine internet arguments between like Type A and Type B viewers. You gotta get a hobby that takes you off your computer. You've taken it too far. Yeah, I'm basically calling you both losers. Okay. I just out of a lightning bolt, an idea popped into my head. There's two kinds of viewers. Let's make a joke. There's Type A's and Type B's. Now we got like people with Type A flair that are like, I hate Type B. Type A is the best. Type B is skibbity toilet for millennials. It's embarrassing. And then type Bs are like, whatever, old ass, or you know, like it's just, we don't need to do this. You're all people. You're all the same to me. It's just a bunch of dollar signs out there in the abyss. Why fight amongst yourselves? It reflects poorly on us. What do you mean this is your identity? I invented it like 8 days ago. Doesn't make any damn sense. Unfortunately, you're right. Type A viewers will never see this. I'm mostly backing up the Type A viewers here, but they're never going to see this because it's a Type B stream. Type B viewers are like, what did he say fuck me for? Oh, well, it's funny either way. I love the sound it makes when I slap back a beer. So true. Glug, 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 glug. Ooh. I think that just lowered my blood pressure a little bit. Michael Winslow asks. Did you see the Coke Zero tweet in the Misk channel? Hang on. I'm not trying to turn you into like unpaid labor, but librarian, is there any chance you could sift through all the Misk posting and find this? Because it feels relevant to my interests. It's the most recent post. Okay. Thank you. Librarian, you're dismissed. Coke Zero chat. Coke fan 001. What's everyone up to? Jeff Hell, drinking Coke Zero. Diane Coke, drinking Coke Zero. Bub 4233. Just passed a kidney stone. That's funny. It is crazy, though, for how cooked Twitter is. Posting something from BlueSky is actually like... I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that BlueSky is the iFunny of Twitters? Isn't it made by the dude from Twitter? Yeah, but like, I feel like BlueSky... And by the way, I respect your right to be like, Twitter sucks ass, I'm going to BlueSky. I think that everybody in front of them has a choice. And the choice is like, Twitter is bad for my mental. Am I going to leave and preserve myself, or am I going to lean into the skid? And I just find myself kindred spirits with those who are leaning into the skid. They're funnier. Like, I feel like, what's going on BlueSky? People are like, you know, my fuck-ass boss was mad at me today, 1 like. And on Twitter, people are posting like the funniest jokes of all time that you have to be online all the time to understand it all. I'm leaning into the damn skid. Did we just become best friends? Skibbity Riz. So true. So true. I can't believe I just read a Hot Boy Toke comment. Didn't look at the name before I read it. Classic mistake. VIP? Joel! It's Joel! Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Skibbity Riz, and they're always glad you came. If you got onion rings, would you pay the phantom tax? I feel like with fries, it's a given, you know? You get like 150 fries in an order. You get like 5 onion rings in an order. And you can't really, I'm not trying to get into the banana bunch discussion again. You can't really subdivide an onion ring without the risk of the entire onion separating from the batter. So you wouldn't pay the phantom tax for onion rings? Phantom tax needs an explanation for the boomers in chat. Nope. Here's the thing, your ass probably younger than mine. You didn't explain shit to me. I had to have the Urban Dictionary. Now all of a sudden you're like, I don't understand what the kids are talking about. Welcome to the fucking show. How long is it? The rest of your damn life, motherfucker. You thought you were so cool when you were fucking 19 years old. I'm talking in a way that's incomprehensible to 28-year-olds. Now you're 28 and you're like, what the fuck are they saying? No, I didn't? Yeah, you fucking did. Yeah, you fucking did, you motherfucker, you. I was there, he didn't. You're as bad as the other guy. Have you seen the Grimace Shake is now in Fortnite? Oh, really? Is it the most powerful weapon ever devised by man? I just had like a perfect game. People are still on me right now. Okay, honest question. Why do you bother leveling up the leech? Because I just had a flawless run. Because I'm goated. Large corporations be like, how do you do, fellow memesters? You know what is crazy to me? Obviously, I don't work in the corporate world, okay? Chibli, maybe I want your opinion on this, and don't just say Lamau. Do you ever find it depressing that large companies like feel the need to try to make viral tweets? Like, why the fuck is YouTube out here tweeting memes? You're the biggest video platform on the planet. Like, it's the cringiest thing of all time. Then, like, YouTube will post like 4 video game covers and be like if your favorite game this year was Baldur's Gate 3, and retweet if your favorite game this year was Spider-Man 2. And I'm like, you're YouTube, bro. What are we doing here? It's like BC Hydro being like, hey, if you want to keep your Riz skibbity this holiday season, make sure to use your dishwasher during unpeak hours. No cap. Like, it's just, you made it. You're YouTube. Just be the structure of power. Don't be like, hey, we're like cool and relatable. Like, why are you fishing for virality? You're already viral, bro. You're like the most visited website on the planet. Why would they not do it? If I was YouTube, you would not catch me. My tweets would get even worse. Like, I don't know what they would be, but they would just be jokes that are only funny to me, which is already what they are like half the time. It's fucking working. Somebody watching this video, they're watching it on YouTube to begin with, probably. But then on top of that, they're like, oh shit, YouTube. I forgot that existed. I'm going to go buy premium. I don't buy it. I don't think it works. So, listen, marketers, I'm going to level with you, okay? I'm not trying to blow up this whole online ecosystem for everybody. The ads don't work, right? I'm glad they're spending all the money on it. It pays the salaries of the employees at Twitch. It pays my salary. There's a marketing department at the company that's running the ads to begin with. They're having their salaries paid because it's like they're doing something. It doesn't work, right? It pays my salary. That's what I'm saying. Don't tell anybody else. It doesn't fucking work. I've been on the internet for like 20 years. I don't think, maybe I bought like one thing that I saw in an advertisement. And you're like, oh, but yeah. But let me get, the next time you go shopping for a car, you're going to be like, oh, the Kia Forte is I've got a 75% positive opinion of a Kia Forte despite having never driven one because their advertisements use Anderson .Paak song. I don't think so. Maybe you, not me. Skill difference, okay? You think your sponsor streams don't work? Yeah, that's none of my business. That's their business. They keep coming back. I don't know if they're coming back because it worked or if they're coming back because just somebody above them just keeps going like, here's some money, go market the game. Bro, please relax. I'm just asking questions, okay? Don't ruin it for the rest of us. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Every time I get like a sponsorship and then like a week later, they're like, hey, can we get analytics for the tweet that was part of the deal? And then I got to take a screen cap of the world's saddest analytics page where it's like 7 people like clicked on the more information button on the sponsored tweet and none people clicked on the link. And I'm just like, I don't want to send this shit to you. Can we just fucking... I don't want to send this shit to you, man. Nobody's clicking on this shit. Maybe there's the intangibles, right? They're like watching the game and then they're like, oh, that looks pretty good. Maybe I'll buy it. And then they forget about it. But then they see it on the Steam homepage like a week later and then they're like, okay, I'm going to buy it. But, or maybe like a year and a half, you're like, oh, I saw NL play that. Now it's on sale 50% off. I'm going to pick it up. But I don't know, man. I don't know. When a New Zealand company asked for my viewer breakdown after sending me free stuff and then saw it was less than 1% New Zealand viewers, that's got to sting. That's got to sting. Cobalt Core got me? Cobalt Core was not sponsored. People are like, I bought this game because of you. I'm seeing like 20 different games that are all non-sponsored content. It still worked though, right? Yeah. But I'm talking about ads. That was just me playing something that looked freaking baller. Like if you got in your friend's car and you're like, whoa, this car is so nice, what is it? And they're like, it's a Kia Forte, I love it. You might buy a Kia Forte. If you're at the movie theater and you're about to see a 4-hour long Martin Scorsese film, you're like, bro, Kia, really? 2-minute long Kia Forte ad? Like seriously, I'm trying to make sure my bladder doesn't explode during Killers of the Flower Moon. You got me to play Midnight Suns? Maybe ads do work, because there's a big barrier to entry for that one. Maybe ads do work. Maybe we're all going to be okay. Yeah, maybe we're all going to be okay. You brought me back from a crisis of faith. I work for a big four for marketing projects. As much as it pains me, the ads globally work very well. I know it doesn't make sense, but they do make money. Yeah, but who's determining whether or not they make money? It's your ass, right? And you're the one that does the thing. So you got a vested interest in saying they work. Sales determine it? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't buy it. They work, trust me. Source, I'm the CMO. I don't think the ads work, man. I think it's all a house of cards. You ever realize like how much work like $1 does? It's crazy. No wonder the government, I don't know anything about economics, by the way. No wonder the government prints money. Because like for every dollar they print, you give me the dollar, you paid tax on the dollar when you got it, you give it to Twitch. Twitch pays some degree of corporate tax on that. Then they take some of that money, they give it to their employees pay income tax on that. Then that money, a little slice of it makes it back to me, and I pay tax on that, and then I go buy a piece of gum from the store, and I pay tax on that, and the person I bought the gum from pays tax on the money that I gave them, but they also paid tax to the person that they bought the gum from in the first place, who then had to pay tax on the money that they got from selling the gum. It's like every dollar printed in the economy is generating like $1,000 in tax revenue. It's crazy, man. It's the most expensive piece of gum you could. It's like that piece of gum costs $1,500. It doesn't make any sense. It's the phantom tax. That's the phantom tax. You wanted an explanation? There it is. I know this has the vibe of me pivoting, but I don't know what the fuck I'm going to play. I'm going to play more Super Auto Pets. People be like, looking for something to play? How about a 90-hour-long campaign of Baldur's Gate? Come on! Think about it. You don't want to see me play Baldur's Gate 3. You're like, it would be so much fun. Really? Do you think you'd be having fun when the most important cutscene of all time, the one where you fuck the bear, happens, and I'm like smashing the space bar to skip through the dialogue as fast as possible, chugging a Coke Zero, talking about like a tweet that I saw the night before, responding to a comment from chat about like, you know, how my bike ride was this morning. And then someone's like, you're missing all of Asterian's backstory. And I'm like, who the fuck is Asterian? And they're like, it's the big guy. And I'm like, oh, that guy? Greg? I thought his name was Greg. This portion of the stream brought to you by Quaker yogurt bars, yogurt granola bars. This one's strawberry. Got a 30-pack of them at Costco. $7.99. Go check it out. You gonna play the Phantom Tax? Open up. Does washing it down with Coke Zero affect the flavor profile? Let's check. That's nice. I don't know if it changes the flavor profile, but it is two things that taste pretty good. That was a good batch. Whoever made that batch, they gotta put that dude, give him a promotion. You ever have a Coke Zero? It's crazy. The guy who has never had a Coke Zero but is trying to make a stand-up bit about Coke Zero. You know what's crazy is how every Coke Zero tastes a little bit different. You'll open up one can and be like, that's pretty good. Then you open up the can right beside it and you're like, this tastes nothing like the first one. Everybody in the audience is like, what the fuck? What are they talking about? Have you heard about Blue Dot Red Bulls? I have not. Blue Dot Red Bulls. What does the blue dot mean on a Red Bull? The dots have nothing to do with flavor. It just identifies which machine made the can. So if they have a problem, they know where it came from. Yeah, you believe that? Let me guess, the blue ones taste better. 7-Eleven customers looking under Red Bull cans for blue dots. Oh, man. This country is fucking sick, bro. We're all sick. The pandemic broke us all. Chibli, I just got started. You're telling me there's Blue Dot Coke Zeros? For anybody not familiar, a Blue Dot Red Bull, you can look at the bottom of the can, and a dot may indicate what machine made the can, but there's a conspiracy that the blue ones taste better. I'm looking at the bottom of my Coke. Don't do the one that's full. I'm looking at the bottom of my Coke Zero cans. I don't see any dots. You're going to catch me like looking. I only drink the Coke Zeros that have like a prime number as the end of the serial number. They'll be like, you need to go to the hospital. Anyway, they don't give the Blue Dot Coke Zeros to Costco. From 1990 to 2007, what Hall of Fame point guard was known as the Glove? That's Gary Payton. Come on. Egg-nosed ball. I had to defend myself on that one. It's not O.J. Simpson. He's known as the Glove in the legal system, not in the National Basketball Association. Retail and shopping. This supermarket chain known as H-E-B primarily serves Texas. Celebrity mashup. This is Demi Lovato and Martin Sheen. Whoa! That was instant, man. Holy. How'd you get that? Bro, that's Demi Lovato's face and Martin Sheen's skull. You got to sign yourself up for a brain study? What, because I could figure out what two people were in this photo? I mean, I don't know what you need me to tell you. It wasn't like I had to do like a calculation or something like that. That's clearly Demi Lovato's face. The only question was, whose hairline and skull is this? This is obviously Martin Sheen. I don't know what you want me to say. Jay Leno? Listen, I'm not going to lie to you and say it doesn't look a little bit like Jay Leno, but it's not Jay Leno, it's Martin Sheen. Jay's hairline's a little different. It's not John Voight. I know, listen, first off, it's Martin Sheen, as we know, but also, it's not John Voight. John Voight's tall as fuck, boy. Martin Sheen, I don't know. He's got short man energy. You could just tell, even though this is only from the shoulders up, I can tell you, this guy's about 5'7". I thought it was Michael McKean. Excuse me, Michael McKean has a little bit of like copper still in his hair, okay? You guys are coming up with all the excuses for why you got it wrong. Why don't you just say who it is instead? Google says Martin Sheen is 5'7". Oh, he's on one today. How'd you know he was 5'7"? I looked at him. Am I the crazy person? I'm deriving information from my senses. Walt Disney opened to $69 million, 2014. That's a gimme. Memorial Day weekend. Give me Captain America and the Winter Soldier. We're going to get this. It's not going to be an animated film. Unless it's a Pixar movie. Let's go take a peep at the genre. Fantasy, adventure, action, family, romance. It's Age of Ultron? Not really a romance. Can I get it? Oh, it's Maleficent 2. It's Maleficent 1. I would not have guessed Maleficent. A beautiful, pure-hearted woman has an idyllic life growing... Maleficent has an idyllic life growing up in a peaceable forest kingdom until an invading army threatens the harmony of the land. Even Maleficent's gone woke these days. 10 years ago, I thought she was just a baddie. I thought, isn't she the witch from Snow White? From Sleeping Beauty. I get Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and Cinderella confused all the time. I know all of their stories are different. But it's like Cinderella is the one with the dragon. Snow White's the one with the apple and the hi-ho. And Sleeping Beauty's... No, wait, Cinderella's not the one with the dragon. Cinderella's the glass slipper. Yeah. By the way, I know that these are classics and they've advanced the medium of animation. They should not be remaking the classics and making them like 4 out of 10. Everyone agrees with that. But there is room for improvement in Cinderella. The movie's 81 minutes long. I watched it the last time we were on a Disney cruise. It's 81 minutes long. 15 minutes of it, they're trying to find Cinderella, like the person whose foot fits the glass slipper. Cinderella's finally like, here, test it on my foot. And then the stepsister trips the guy with the glass slipper, and he shatters it. And they all go, oh shit, the king's gonna fucking kill us. And they go, we don't have another slipper. And then Cinderella literally goes, oh, you mean this slipper right here? And she pulls the other slipper out of her apron, like she was just carrying it around all day. It's the worst Deus Ex Machina in any movie of all time. She does style on them. And then the movie just ends, basically. It's like, it's them getting in a carriage, just married, but no graduate moment at the end. And then it's like birds come in with like little ropes that make like a heart. Chekhov's slipper, man. How does she still have it? Shouldn't it have reverted? Don't think about it so hard, Cinema Sins, okay? Shit came out in like 1940 nothing. It's a great moment. It's begging for like a 2014 YouTube-esque like edit. Oh, you mean this slipper right here? Oh! Snoop Dogg doing the drop it like it's, you know what I'm talking about.
The king, what will he say? What will he do?
But perhaps if it would help.
No, nothing can help now. Nothing.
But you see, I have the other slipper.
That is true. In the new Cinderella, they'd be like, well, the Josh Gad would be like, she just had it in her pocket the whole time? Well, that just happened. They actually made a new Cinderella, right? Like 4 years ago? Many, in fact. You know what I meant. This year? No, now you got it confused with Snow White. Although, actually, I think maybe they made Snow White 2 years ago, but they just keep kicking the can down the road. They just keep being like, maybe next year with the Snow White thing. Now this is Woodrow Wilson. This is some fucking Woodrow Wilson shit right here. This is 1910. 1903. It's even earlier, bro. It's like some Grover Cleveland shit. Must be hot as fuck out there, man. Can you imagine going around all day wearing this? Like literally everybody's dressed like that. What happened if somebody was just walking around in a t-shirt? Did they just kill them? Like, why are there no people that are dressed in what we would describe as casual wear? It was a lot colder back then. No, it was. It was probably like 2.5 degrees colder. She's kind of serving. Am I right? Holy. That's the casual wear. It's 1906. Look, it says right there. 1906. That's what I was going to say, like 1971. Holy! Best part is all the other kids are like, whoa! Except this guy. He's fully cokened up, bro. Ah! See, this is weird. Because this kid's like out of the 1960s. This kid is straight out of like 1990s. Like he's wearing a t-shirt with Bart Simpson on it. All the other kids are wearing like Great Depression wear. What's going on here? I'm going to give it to you straight, Doc. First off, this is Steve from Blue's Clues. Hang on. Can I get Jamie, zoom in on that. Chat, is this real? Sheesh! He got us all, man. Oh, I think this is 1980. Oh, fuck. Dude, when did they invent t-shirts, man? This kid is... I wanted to say it was like 1989. This is a time traveler, bro. He's wearing a graphic tee. What kind of a guess is that? This kid is wearing a graphic t-shirt, bro. Sheesh. Anyway. Haven't you seen hippies? Bro, this is 1956. There's no hippies. Dwight Eisenhower just won his first term with like 98% of the popular vote. Do you remember when you were 1? Yeah? I was running down the highway skyline on the back of a hurricane that started turning when I was 1. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look a thing like Jesus, Jerry. But he talked like a gentleman. He talked like a gentleman. Like you imagined when you were young. That's it! Sorry. This is London, 2010. London 2012. This is London, 1918. 1920. This is fucking Australia. In 1900. They keep throwing these Australian ones in, man. Throwing me for a loop. Oh, we got one more round. Never mind. Holy! Bro, look at this. That's not a sidecar, man. He's freaking cruising around Piccadilly Circus. That kicks ass, man. Can you imagine recording like a fast food vlog in this thing? That's cool as fuck, bro. I hate safety regulations. Bring that thing back. Can you imagine how much your head would explode if you got hit by literally any vehicle? You could be decapitated by a bicycle at cruising speed, but it looks fucking swag, dude. It's the sort of thing where, like, if this was the predominant mode of transportation, there would be no jaws of life. The fire department would just carry a gun to put you out of your misery because there's no saving you. But take me to the Piccadilly Circus, please. I don't know. This looks like 1960s swag. They were on top of the world, man. Piccadilly Circus, please. Piccadilly, can I get the Piccadilly Circus, please? St. Paul's Cathedral. It's got to be around a little Piccadilly, Leicester Square, Westminster Abbey, a little Lillian Baylis Technology School, a little Piccadilly Piccadilly Circus, close to the McDonald's, close to the Guy's Hospital. No offense, ladies. Maybe near Covent Gardens, the Piccadilly Circus. Piccadilly Circus! 1966. 1958. The Bruch Mopeda, an egg-shaped single-seat three-wheel vehicle being driven around the streets of London. Only 14 were ever manufactured. Look at the damn guess, though. We were, we were 38 meters off, 31.8 meters off. Okay, this one's a McMansion. You know what's crazy is that like 15 years ago, the discourse was all like, ooh, look at that house. It's got so many triangles. Now the discourse is like, ooh, look at that house. It's got so many triangles. Can I have it? Life comes at you fast. I'm going to say that this is a $690,000 house. Little lower than that. We're in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Psychotic living room. I don't know what's going on here. You need some window hangings at the very least. Don't talk to me about the sofa. How you're going to break your spine trying to put a coffee on the coffee table. It's both aesthetically poorly designed and also ergonomically poorly designed. $560,000. Kitchen's kind of nice with it, though. Think about it, how much you're saving on your energy bill by not having to look in the fridge to see if you need something. That's like pennies a year. What are those rugs? So true. What are those? Remember that? Oh, man. Look at the size of that damn pepper mill. You see this thing? Holy, man. I bet the pepper comes out of that thing fast as fuck. It's at like terminal velocity, dude. It probably makes the Vine boom sound when it touches your fettuccine Alfredo. $595,000.
Cha-ching.
What the hell is this? Is it a translucent tarp on top of a swimming pool, but then it also got rained on a little bit? Play today's Metazua. What the hell is Metazua? Metazua. So it's an animal. Okay, I'm going to say it's a lynx. That's wrong. Excuse me. They run a new ad every guess. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's simply not going to happen. That's too much. 20, and you got 2 ads on the page. There's 40 ads per play of Metazua. Bye. Sorry. Get the fuck out of here. Put a little poop on it. Just crop it out. Yeah, but then I got to change my freaking crop for every future game. That's just not going to happen. It's like when people are like, I know I've never dieted before. I'm thinking of starting with keto. And then in like a week, you're like, how's keto going? And they're like, it's easy. I can stick with it for life. And then a week later, you're like, how's keto going? And they're like, oh yeah, I decided not to do that shit. How about Framed? Framed, the daily movie guessing game. Use the images provided to guess the movie. Okay, we got the absolute softest softball of all time. Because this shit is Pinocchio, brother. You got it in one. That's simply Pinocchio. Lies of P! The original Lies of P. Remember the whale boss from Lies of P? Holy. It's crazy the whale's got smoke coming out of the top of his head. Did you see that? If I don't get framed in one, I quit. Honestly, I'll just tell you straight up, I skipped ahead today. If you didn't get this by number 6, you should not be playing Framed. You need to watch movies in order to be able to play this game. It's just like that's the required reading. If you got here and you're like, I don't know what this is, you ain't built for this one. Take your ass back to Samantha. We talking cinema in this bitch. Pokedoku? All right, but it gives one chance on the catwalk. I only know the first 150 Pokemon, okay? So I can already tell you right off the bat, somebody explain. I need some help on this one. Somebody explain to me what the hell Kalos is. What is Kalos? 6th region. What game? X and Y. Okay, thank you. I still don't know. That's you gave me enough to like I could possibly think of something. Okay, grass, final evolution. That's easy, bro. Victory bell. Ghost, final evolution. Let me get a hypno. Wait, he might not be ghost. That might be psychic. Let me go Miss Drevis. What the fuck? Chandelier. Okay, I'll take Chandelier. Miss Drevis evolves now. First in the evolutionary line. Duskull. Was evolved by trade. That's a tough one. First in evolutionary line. You ever hear about a motherfucking Bulbasaur, bro? Was evolved by trade. That's going to be a tough one. Probably Scyther evolved into Sizor via trade. No? Okay. First in evolutionary line on Kalos, the X and Y generation. Sobble. That's Gen 8. Okay, 2 generations back from Sobble. Tepig. That's Gen 5. Okay, I've dialed it in now then. After Tepig, before Sobble. His brother is Grookey. Grookey's Gen 8 again, isn't he? That's Gen 8 again. Motherfucker! That was fun. Dude, I could do this every day. That sucked. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Maybe. Just a wafer thin image. Subjects, watchers. This is Severance. Yellowstone. Dr. Richard Denziger. Heaven's Converts in 12 States. The Leftovers. Please join us at Heroes Day. You got it? You got it? Oh. I didn't know that I got it, man. What is this show? I always thought it was a cooking show. I knew that The Leftovers was about like the rapture happens or something like that. So when I saw Heaven's Converts, my brain went in that direction. I didn't know anything else about it though. Please do Gifle. Is that one going to get me banned? Next TV show in 4 days? Oh. Gifle game. Gifle, the daily GIF game. We'll show you 6 GIFs. You have to try and guess the episode. It's Gifle, Simpsons Gifle. I don't think I've got this. I don't think I'm built for this, to be honest with you. I like The Simpsons. I'm not one of those guys who's like, oh, that was this episode. But I'll give it one try while we're here, okay? This is Ned Flanders. It's not correct. Okay, it's from my era. This is Homer the Heretic. It's not Homer the Heretic. Homer Road Trip. What is Bart on the Road? This doesn't seem like season 7 though. It seems earlier. I'd like to remove this. Golf. Game. This would be called like the greatest game ever played. This would be called, this is season 4, The New Kid on the Block. This is the front. I'm gonna get there. Dead Putting Society. Lisa gives Bart some tips on handling the pressure in a miniature golf grudge match with a neighbor's son. Okay. The arrow means older? That makes sense. Well, you guys, you know what? You earned this one, okay? Because now we're going with fucking Friends Gifle. If I get this one, I'm not beating the millennial accusations. The one where Joey works at Central Park. Joey. The one with Joey's interview. It's earlier than that. Okay. The one where Rachel's sister. The one with Rachel's sister, season 6, episode 13. Oh! So no one told you life was gonna be this way. I told you, egg knows friends. It does help that every Simpsons episode is named like a reference to an old TV show, and every Friends episode is like, here's what happens in the episode. That makes it a lot easier to search for. I remember this one, Monica's sick, and then she wants to sleep with Chandler because she read that sex gets you over your illness faster, and he says, ew, I'm not gonna do that. But then she rubs the Vicks Vapor Rub on her chest, and for some reason, that turns Chandler on, and then they do the deed. I remember this episode. That was a good one, man. Season 2 of The Dolls. If it can come back, Mindhunter can come back, right? There should be a button in every house, and when you press it, like a bowl of chips just comes out. Not for free. Like, it could be a utility, like monitored by the city, or where you like by your hydro corporation or whatever. What flavor? Well, it depends on the pipes, right? Like some places got hard water, soft water, higher mineral content. Orlando water tastes like gasoline, etc., etc. What about goldfish instead? I got a bone to pick with Pepperidge Farms. Because at Costco, they sell the goldfish crate that has 3 bags inside of it. The bags are like cereal bag sized. When you open it up, you're supposed to like rip this red strip at the top, which is tape, and then like roll up the bag when you're done and tape the shit over. But the bags are made out of like the thinnest aluminum ever spooled up in a machine shop. And the bottom of the bag always ends up ripping up. So instead of like a nicely crumpled paper bag, it always ends up like bursting at the seams elsewhere and spilling goldfish all over the crate. I want to tell Pepperidge Farms, like, I get that you were focused on the actual construction of the snack, but you got to worry about your bags too, because next time I go to Costco, I'm not getting goldfish. Because I'm like, I can't deal with the form factor. I'll be getting some other kind of biscuit instead. I can't be fricked to deal with the goldfish. Now, if they sold the goldfish in the crate that's full of individual serving bags, I'd go in on that. But the 3 industrial size bags on the inside, we will be pivoting. I will be exercising my consumer's right to choose. Empty them into a container like those organization people on TikTok? I could, or I could just exercise my consumer's right to choose and they can suck me. There actually is a Costcodle. Hang on, Costcodle. Guess the Costcodle in 6 tries. I'm going to assume this is American. How much does 4 pounds of Gala apples cost? Gala's a relatively cheap apple. In Canada, I would assume that 4 pounds is probably running you about $8. In America, I'm going to say this is $4.99. It's more than that. Okay, I'm going to take it up to $5.99. Who's out of touch now, bitch? Who's out of touch now? People in chat saying $10.99. No. You don't get to run away from the allegations after all the shit you said to me over the years. Put me on The Price is Right, Drew Carey. Sorry, I don't shop at the members only places. You can't spin your way out of this. If you can't afford the $60 to be a Costco member, you can't afford not to get the Costco membership. The shit inside of the store is so cheap. You need it more than anybody, man. He's kind of spitting with that one. That's true. You don't want the 61. You want the 120. You got to, I mean, if you're already going to the store, if you're committed, you're in the ecosystem, you might as well become an executive member, okay? But it's cheap, but every visit is $100 plus. That is true. It's like the most expensive, cheap place on the planet. Like, I wince every time the cashier tells me how much the bill's going to be. But then also when I get home, I'm like, holy fuck, I don't need to buy anything for like a month. And then catch my ass back there next week. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Worth it for 2 people? Not really. We tried, but not really. All right, here we go. An indeterminate length of overtime. Did my wife tweet that she's not going to be live today? Anybody? Any parasocial Andes in chat? Well, keep it spinning. Keep it spinning. Keep the... Don't worry, they're coming. Lauryn Hill's coming out any minute now. Any minute now. Miss Hill's going to be here. She's going to be performing the entirety of the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, her landmark 1997 album. She does have a bit of a reputation for being a difficult person to work with, I assure you. She has told us, well, not her, but her management, she will be here. Any requests from the audience? I hear doors opening and closing upstairs. I hear frantic running up the staircase. It could be ghosts. One on-ban request. I'm not going to read it out loud. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction, but it has been a while since I checked. That being said, it's been a long time since I banned somebody. I don't know, maybe the mods are banning people and I don't have to. Somebody. Excuse me? I forgot about this one, man. Oh, man. Wait again, the deja vu. Hang on. Where was this one? Open quotation mark. Hey, guys, I play 25 hours a week and I work out. LOL. You're a bunch of losers. Deleted by me. Banned. My man, I don't even shit on entertainers usually because we're all crushed under the same boot. But you can't compensate one insecurity of yours, which you have according to your plumber story, by shitting on thousands of people. It really sucks to come home after 10 hours at the pharmacy to hear some dude reminding me I should do sport. The same way it sucks when I say, which I don't believe, stuff about how your job isn't important. I watch the librarian mostly anyway. Thank you, comrade. Oh, man, I forgot about that. Free him? It's been 2 months. I mean, that's longer than they should have been banned for that, even if the message is insane. Sure, they're freed. Not only are they free, they're pardoned. I don't forgive them, but I forgot their username, and now I have no way to find it. So, you're back into... You're not wearing a scarlet letter or nothing. I don't even remember what your username is. I think maybe it started with an E, but you're anonymized. You're re-anonymized. It shows up in the mod log after an unban. Oh, yeah, there it is. Thanks. All right, I know who you are. That's never... I'm taking a mental snapshot. Wouldn't it be insane if they were here right now? Okay, they aren't. Or are they autocompletes? No, they're not. Okay, Kate is live. I will see you tomorrow. As they say, bye. Don't start the singing, then you can't stop. So true. When you were young, you were the king of Austin Powers. And now you kidnap Nigel Powers as his foe to get the man of mystery to show. This is the room one afternoon where Fat Bastard ate you. And how Felicity shagged him real well to place a homing device where no one dared to dwell.